Hello, welcome to another Frog Popstar video. We're here in Season 8. Y'all know where we're at. We're at the Innerlands. Not the subject of this video today, but those who are in tune with the suffering going on Ascension lately knows why I'm in the Hinterlands. So a little video on that coming up. This is not my main character this season. This is just my Hinterlands camper. If you want to, well, yeah, first, before I start the video, all of y'all's support has been great. Been getting so many messages in game from people. It's been real swell. If you want to send me letters, send them to Frog Popstar. That's my main on the server. So I got a lot of letters from you guys last season, and I appreciate the letters. And if you have questions or something, or want a video on a specific topic, let me know. We've got a lot of videos in the works for this season, but today we're going to be talking about the elementals. And now these elementals, let's get the lodestones up here. Lodestones. So notice there's only 23 pages of them, okay? And we know there's a lot of water elementals. And yeah, this is from the shop. And this is from Wrath of the Lich King, which it doesn't look like this. I don't know what's going on there. But as you can see, when you type in fire, there's a lot of fire elementals. Only one comes up. So this is not implemented properly. And I've gotten a lodestone from something that's not in the list here. I got it's called like a sea spray or something. Some water elemental and fairy lass drop one for me. So a lot of them are missing, so let's talk about that first. So a lot of these are missing. I don't think elementals were quite ready. This, a lot of these missing is the first sign, but the next sign is a lot of these elementals are so bad. I've tested all of the ones that are reasonably easy to get. I've also jumped through some hoops to attempt to tame a lot of other elementals with no luck. But I've tamed most everything. I think what I'm missing, I haven't tamed a magma golem, which all the other golems I tamed used the same skill set with one skill slightly different. So I'm sure that's the case for that as well. So we won't be talking about that creature. It's in Black Rock Depths or something, kind of deep in there. And I couldn't get to it by myself, and nobody would help me. Anyway, so let's talk about... I guess I'll talk about each one, okay? The rock elemental. This is just, your basic earth elemental. It's pretty good. I think it's one of the higher DPS. It's one of the higher DPS pets for sure. For these elementals. I can't show it to you here. Maybe you could, I don't know. I can't show you the model. That's so frustrating. Oh, here it is. Desert Rumbler. Yeah, it's this creature. It's pretty good. Its casted skill, just disable it and it'll do more damage. That's all of these are. If they've got a casted skill and they're like a melee pet, just disable it and typically it'll make their DPS go up. Which blows, but that is just how it is. So this guy... Let me see. Okay, yeah, so this guy he's in 4th place or 3rd place or so. But so he's okay, perfectly fine pet. Doesn't really have much going on, and that's the thing with these elementals. None of them really have much going on. They've really got a lot less going on than the dragons did, in my opinion. And a lot of them only have 2 skills. I don't think these elementals were finished. Hopefully they get something soon. A lot of their skills don't scale with your character either. They're just really messed up. So I guess we'll just go straight to the DPS test. And what was this thing called? It's a lasher. This thing. Death Petal Lasher. So you can get one of these at the start of Marudon, like the orange crystals Marudon. There's one of these guys just walking around by himself you can tame. He's got a 2-second cooldown, just melee ability, doesn't do anything else. But he's got a 30-second cooldown. He like plants this corrupt tree in the ground, and it increases the damage they take from him. If they stay near it long enough, it increases the damage they take from him by 50%. And it lasts 15 seconds as a 30-second cooldown. And it lasts like 6 seconds, like as it's ramping up or so. So it's got very high uptime on a quite high damage boost for him. So he is the highest DPS single target creature. But the wind elemental, like the cyclone, this thing. This guy I think is actually a little bit better. He runs out of mana, which can be an issue. Depends on the content you're doing, but this might be something to consider. But he is more consistent. The death lasher, if they move away from that tree, which has got a very small radius, if they move away from the tree he plants, they're his DPS is very low. So that's kind of something to be wary of. But this guy is what I would recommend. Really, you try to use for most of your DPS situations. And if you're playing with the new Elemental Lord RE, which I played with it extensively, I haven't got it like a perfect Elemental Lord role yet, but when I do, there'll be a video on that. But still, this guy I found to be one of the better pets to pair with that enchant, because he spams he spams skills out so fast, and you need your pet spamming skills out in order to proc all the effects of that enchant. So this is, I think, the best pet to pair with Elemental Lord. But like I said, a lot of this stuff could change because I think these elementals are pretty messed up and there might be a lot of changes to them. Okay, for AoE, the Ice Elemental. And if you want an Ice Elemental, you can find them in Marudon as well. You can get it from the lodestone from the shop, of course, or you can get it from Marudon. The area with Princess Theradras, which I really hope she's got a lodestone when they get this fixed. I really want to use her. But yeah, Ice Elemental. This is the best AoE pet. I know a lot of people are interested in that Fel Flame. I think the Fel Flame is a little bit overhyped. This guy actually ends up doing more DPS most of the time. Even if you don't micromanage and use his Blizzard, his DPS still is, his AoE DPS is still quite good because he's got a 6-second cooldown AoE that's instant. So, but yeah, he was pulling more DPS than that fire, that green fire elemental. Which, if you want a green fire elemental, by the way, and you don't want to get, pay gold for one on the auction house or whatever, or get one from the shop, you can get them in Felwood in the craters. Okay, but yeah. So anyway, but this guy comes from Marudon. Okay. I've lost my script. Here it is. So, yeah, I think that's really it for the elementals. Like I said, I want to do a big video on them, but they're not worth doing a big video on right now, and that's just the facts, okay? Get them fixed, get them kind of, fixed up, and I think they'll be, there'll be more for us to talk about. But right now, like I said, Earth Elemental DPS is pretty good. He doesn't really run on mana. The Death Lasher, highest DPS, doesn't have too big of a mana issue either typically. The Cyclone, which personally I think is the best DPS pet, it's ranged and its DPS is barely below the Death Lasher, and the Death Lasher's got that condition with the plant it puts in the ground. So, yeah, for AoE, go for the Ice Elemental, or you can use the green flame thing, but its DPS is a little bit worse. So I guess that's really all we're going to talk about in this video. I know this is not near like the dragon video I did, but when they fix these elementals, I don't want to make a huge video on them and everything get changed. So that's all for this one, and I will see you guys next time.